Hey everyone, welcome to week 2 of Binge Chicks. If you listened to week 1 and you're back, thank you for not bailing on us. And if this is your first episode listening, welcome. I'm Erin.
I am Kelsey.
And we are the Binge Chicks. So last week we started talking a little bit about Parks and Recreation. And it was our first podcast, so we were still kind of getting the feel for it. So we're going to kind of go back over Parks and Recreation and actually talk about it and discuss it in the way that we thought we planned to.
And let people know what it is. I mean, I'm hoping everyone's seen it,
but if you haven't,
it's fine.
So if you haven't seen it, little overview of the show. It's a fictional parks department in the town of Pawnee, or city of Pawnee, Indiana. And it follows the main character, I'd say, Leslie Knope, who's the deputy director, who's really fantastic. She's such an icon. And
a mess. And she's awesome.
And a mess. And a hoarder.
She is. Oh, yeah.
She was a hoarder that was, not everyone's perfect. Mm-hmm. And it focuses on her relationships with the other people that work in her department. And then it branches out. Her best friend, Anne, her eventual husband, Ben. So it kind of touches on all of that. But I think the base of the show is the relationships.
Most definitely.
I think romantic and professional, I think that's what makes it different than a lot of shows. Kind of like The Office.
Yeah, it is.
What made it kind of successful is that you're not just focused, like some shows focus everything on romantic relationships. And this is not that. Mm-hmm. There's some of the core relationships on the show
Our friendships.
Mm-hmm. I think that's what makes it.
Yep.
Like, the finale is so good because she's literally saying, like, showing moments of the future with her best friends, which is so cool.
It's the best one.
My favorites is Ron's.
Yeah.
No matter how many times I watch the show, literally I sob every time he takes over as the director of the park that she spent her whole career building.
I know. Yeah, it's so good.
Buddy. Mm-hmm. So I wrote some questions for us to answer. Who is the best couple on the show? Romantic and then professional.
Oh, tricky. We're starting
with
this
one?
Oh,
yeah.
All right,
yeah, we're starting.
I have my gut instinct wants to say, best relationship or best couple on the show? I go straight to Ron and April.
I
just
love
because
them.
they're so perfect for each other.
They are.
And they're not romantic. I don't know if any of you haven't seen the show. They're not romantic at all.
It's very like father-daughter.
Yeah, wicked. Yeah. Like,
which is so sweet.
They just both hate everyone and everything and they live in it, and it's the best.
Their best episode was so Ron doesn't like to speak to people and he hates government. So April was in charge of his schedule, and she would schedule all of his appointments on a day that she didn't think existed.
Right.
What was it, February?
I don't remember.
29th?
Sure.
She picked a day that she thought didn't exist, but it did. And so everyone from the town that had been trying to schedule a meeting with him came in on one day.
Yeah.
And so they had everyone in the department taking his meetings.
Right.
But that one was hysterical.
Yeah, it was.
So I would agree. They're an awesome couple.
Oh my God, they're my favorite. But what's your favorite?
My favorite non-romantic couple on the show would be April and Leslie.
Oh, okay.
Because they have once Anne left, there was that opening. You kind of wonder where they're going to focus all of their attention on Leslie and Ben.
Yep.
Ben is Leslie's husband.
Yep.
And I think it would have taken away from the show had they, but they filled April into that role, and it was so perfect. They were like sisters. It was just supernatural. They fit right into each other. Every decision that Leslie made, she always talked to April about it, and April didn't do anything they moved to Washington together.
Right.
They moved their families to DC together, which was so sweet.
Yeah.
I always say they were more so than Leslie and Anne. Leslie and April were each other's person.
Yeah.
Person, for anyone that isn't aware, is a Grey's Anatomy reference.
That's right.
Between what characters?
Oh, that's Meredith and... Oh my God, I'm spacing her name right now. Well, she loved the show. Christina. That's right. Meredith and Christina.
So your person, the definition from Grey's Anatomy is your person is your best friend and other half. They complete you. And the joke on the show is that if one of them murders someone, the other is there to help them bury the body.
Right. They're the ones they'd call.
That's who they'd call.
Yep.
So I feel like Leslie and April are definitely each other's person.
100%.
Let's see. Who is the worst couple on the show?
Oh, God. Everyone in Mark Brandanowitz. Literally anyone.
Mark Brandanowitz and his life.
Who dated or associated themselves with Mark Brandanowitz is
I
the
feel
worst.
like we're going to be talking about The Office, and somehow we're going to end up talking about how much we hate Mark Brandanowitz.
Honestly, yeah. Well, we can go on for days about that, but we won't. Yeah, that's my least favorite. So if I had to pick someone, Anne or,
Mark and Anne
anyone.
was pretty awful.
They were bad.
They were bad. I mean, watch the show, people, because you'll see it's uncomfortable how she's clearly so not moving at the same pace as him.
Right.
And he's like, oh, I'm going to propose.
Right.
And they've been dating for a minute.
Yep.
It had been a literal minute. So
Yeah.
I would definitely say they're the worst.
Yep.
Also, Anne and Andy. They were so bad for each other.
Oh.
So bad.
She had lots of bad ones, though. Anne
did.
isn't very good either. She's
not good at
but
dating.
She just had to find her person, I guess.
She had to find Chris.
Yep.
Which even Anne and Chris, they work because I feel like Rashida Jones and Rob Lowe had chemistry.
They did.
But I don't actually feel like character-wise they matched.
Not at all.
They have nothing in common.
No, in real life, she would think he was obnoxious.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah, and
So-
maybe vice versa.
What is one couple that didn't happen on the show but should have?
Oh, should have, though. I feel like everybody that ended up together makes sense.
Let me throw this one at you.
Go.
John Ralphio Saperstein originally
Right?
was supposed to be a love interest for Leslie.
Ew. Oh, no. Mm-mm. He loves her. He
loves
does.
her.
He has a huge crush on Leslie
Huge
now.
crush on her. Crust.
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 Pizza crust. Pie crust.
Huge crush on her.
Yeah. No, I can't see that actually being a thing.
But that's the only one that didn't happen that would actually make sense. So I feel like they did a really good job of making everyone super platonic that
Right.
needed to be.
Right.
I do wish that Anne and Tom had been given more of a real fair shot because I actually liked, and I would love to hear anyone listening what you think about this, but I felt like Tom, if you stripped away the funny part,
Yeah.
like his attentiveness and how much he adored her,
Yeah.
and like when she showed Leslie her apartment, there's an episode where Leslie comes over because Tom's apartment is like a day spa. That screams Anne.
Yeah.
Like that made sense.
Fuzzy blankets,
The
the nice
soaps.
the soaps
He had all
and the
soaps
lotions.
and lotion.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
it
that
could
is
work.
one that it did happen.
But they were as toxic and horrible for each
They
other
were.
as they should have
They
been.
hated each other.
Yeah.
They broke up every 10 minutes. And he was really bad at giving her gifts.
Yes.
He would give her like Kangol hats that said Tommy's girl.
No.
Awful.
And she burned them, basically.
All of them. Yep. No, she sold them at the yard sale.
Oh, good. Well,
least she's for Jerry.
protective about it.
They gave him the fart attack.
The fart attack is so good.
Just want to hear the doctor say fart attack just once.
Right.
Jerry had a heart attack.
Right.
Which is not fun.
Nobody farted his whole way through it, and it was awesome. Anyway.
What couple, romantic or otherwise, had the best ending on the show? Like the best conclusion. Not ending, but the
Like
best...
they continued, but...
Right, but the show, when the show ended, whose kind of ending story did you
I
like
feel
the
like
most?
April and Andy, their development as people throughout the show and then to the end was amazing. Watching them grow.
The last season
Yeah.
was awesome for them.
Because they were complete idiots and they were stupid little children together.
They
and
were.
it was awesome. And like that's who they were as a couple and it was amazing. But then they ended up growing into adults.
Themselves, but still not losing them. Like when they bought
Right.
the house that was the warehouse for the old doll factory, and then it was
Yes.
most definitely haunted. It is most definitely haunted.
This is most definitely. Yeah, but I think April having her kid on Halloween
Oh
and
my God.
putting on the makeup before
We're
she
like,
goes to the
nurse,
hospital.
can we get the makeup washed off? So she has her makeup is done like Linda Blair from The Exorcist.
Yes.
Reagan. So one of the doctor says, nurse, can we get the makeup off? And
Right.
she says, no, I put it on just for this.
It's so good.
And then they named their son Jack, which I love.
Jack.
I love theirs. I always go back to Leslie and Ron.
I love them. That's
Leslie's
so true.
kind of project that made her career was turning the Grizzle campus, which was originally the Sweetums land.
Yep.
Into the national park,
the
state park. And Ron, after their falling out, she asked Ron to run it as the director of the park. And it shows, the scene ends with the song Buddy playing and Nick Offerman floating in the lake in a canoe that Nick Offerman actually made. He built that.
Of course he did.
He has his own, that's one of my fun facts for this this week, is that Nick Offerman, the wood shop that you see him go to with Mark Brandanowitz in the first season, is actually Nick Offerman's wood shop, and he makes furniture for people.
The one that's not up to code.
The one that's not up to code. That's the one.
Yep.
So Nick Offerman, for the finale of the show, he made everyone baseball bats that said Parks and Recreation on it.
Oh, that's awesome.
That's so cute.
Oh, Ron.
Fact. I had some other Nick Offerman facts because I find him fascinating.
Oh, yeah.
Like his other hobby, so he likes woodworking and knitting. He loves to knit.
See, he just likes to work with his hands.
He does, and he and his wife do a puzzle every week.
They do.
He's married to Megan Mullally, if anyone watches Will and Grace.
Yeah.
Nick Offerman and Megan Mullally are married.
Right.
Fun fact, I'm going to get annoying with that phrase, he played a plumber on Will and Grace.
I didn't know that.
Yep. She hits on him. She wants to cheat on her husband Stan while he's in prison.
Oh my god.
And he comes in as plumber.
Yep. They are amazing.
They're
humans together.
Amazing couple.
Yep.
So moving on the show. Oh, I did make a note that I don't think Leslie and Ben are the best couple on the show. I feel like they're a good couple.
Right.
But I felt like Leslie's relations with her friends carried the show far more than her relationship with Ben ever did.
100%.
That made it. Like, you could have gotten rid of Ben.
Yep.
Or not had them become, romantic. And it still would have worked.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. And had them just be, like, really good friends.
Really good friends.
But
which
she needed a person. She did need her person, so.
She did.
Yeah, that's very true.
I think moving from relationships to, like, major storyline moments, my favorite was Leslie running for city council.
Yeah.
And this, I feel like, should be required viewing for young girls today, just seeing how hard she fought to get on the did I say student council?
You may have. I don't remember.
I may have just said student council.
City council sounds like student council.
It does. It's the same thing. But my favorite part about her being on the city council, now I'm going to say student council every time.
You might, and it's okay.
Was when she got recalled and was going to rerun.
Yeah.
And Ben, her husband, called Jen Barkley, who's played by the amazing Katherine Hahn, who was this incredible political wizard who could get anybody elected. She was a campaign manager.
Yeah?
Campaign manager.
Uh-huh.
Came up with that word quickly.
Good job.
And when she walks in, Leslie's trying to relaunch a campaign, and Jen basically tells her, move on, go bigger, dream bigger, you can be better than this town. And she does, and her career and I feel like the whole show changes in that moment. Yeah,
it does, because her role in it is foundational, so then it shifted and it went
up.
It did.
She shot forward. She went to DC.
They had to figure out how to function without her.
Which was hard.
Yeah, it was hard, but they did it.
I feel like a lot of us need to hear that. Like, okay, this didn't work out. Go bigger.
Yeah.
Go bigger, go home. I saw a really cool quote the other day that was, why say the sky's the limit when there are footprints on the moon?
Woo!
And I was like, I feel like you just need to remind yourself of that every day.
Amen. I like that.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna make a little picture of that.
Footprints on the moon. That'd be sick.
Send it to you.
I need that.
Be a good band name.
Oh, I like it. Or album name.
An album name.
Whoa, jots it down in notebook that you just got me for my birthday. I'm so excited about that thing.
For anyone that doesn't know, Kelsey is in a band and she's the most amazing singer
oh
ever
my god
on the face of the earth. So Just a fun fact. So, fun task.
Fun task.
Fun task. You guys are going to hate me by like week 5. Yes.
Goals.
Kelsey's going to take out her phone.
She is.
And this is a thing that like people do on the internet where you hit the middle button of suggestions on the iPhone and you read the sentence that comes up.
Okay.
So she's going to write Leslie Knope, and then she's going to hit the middle suggestion bar 10 times.
That's a sentence.
And it's going to be her Leslie Knope's campaign slogan for her presidential run. That's not happening because she's a fictional character.
That's correct.
Yes.
But we're hitting it 10 times.
10 times, or until it is funny.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
What does it say? Is it funny? This would really suck if it's not funny at all.
All right, I know, seriously. Leslie Knope was the time to get my hair back on the way home. That's awesome.
Like we need to like screenshot that and put it in our Instagram.
Leslie Knope was the time to get my hair back on the way home. I don't know. There's got to be a different inflection to that I can use. I'm saving it right now. We're gonna throw that on.
So
Insta.
Leslie Knope 2020, something about getting your hair back.
Yep, on the way home.
On the way home.
She was the time, Erin.
She was the time.
She was the time for that.
I knew that'd be funny.
I love it.
That was funny.
Campaign slogans.
Campaign
my
slogans. Let's see. Trivia question.
Go.
What is not a Tom Haverford business idea? So Tom Haverford, played by Aziz Ansari, every episode would have these crazy business ideas that were always stupid.
That's true.
So, A, VIP department stores. B, rent-a-swag. I mean, that's a little obvious. C, skinny dogs. Or D, disco dairy.
Oh, no. Let's see. So, it's one that is not. So,
One
three
is
of
not.
those
So
are
three of
true.
those are true ideas.
And one of those is not.
Yes.
All right, so my guess is just because he did do rent-a-swag, I don't think he'd do VIP department stores.
Is that your final answer?
Yes.
C, skinny dogs.
Skinny dogs?
Yes.
I see, I can so picture him doing that.
VIP department stores he came up with on one of the Treat Yourself days.
Oh, okay.
Because he didn't like other people being able to shop with them. So it'd be a VIP department store.
Oh.
Disco Dairy is when he dated Anne. When she said, did you put glitter in the butter?
Yeah.
Putting glitter in everything.
Disco Dairy.
Disco Dairy.
I love it.
All right, the next little trivia activity for everyone is for me.
Okay,
And
good.
it is naming how many of Andy Dwyer's band names can I name?
Wow.
Do we put a time limit on this?
I don't know. I
Is
can
it in
time
a minute?
you. Do you want me to do?
Should we do it in like
I'll do it on mine.
in 1 minute? How many can I name?
Yeah.
Okay.
I think we should. 1 minute. Wow. You can
Is
do
that long?
No, I don't
No,
think so.
that's not a long time.
No, because that's a lot. All right.
All right.
Are you ready?
No.
Okay. Andy Dwyer band names. As many as you can
Cross
name.
them off. All right.
In 1 minute.
Ready?
Okay.
Okay.
Go.
Mouse Rat.
Yes.
Rat Mouse. Just the Tip. Malice in Chains. The Andys.
Yep.
Scarecrow Boat. Oh my god, this is hard. Can I see the list?
No. Cannot see the list yet.
The worst part is that I wrote the list. I wrote it out for you.
Why are you telling people you cheated?
I didn't cheat.
No, you didn't, because now you can't remember them.
I can't remember any
Your
of them.
attention is awesome.
I said Malice in Chains, right?
You so did.
Just the Tip.
Yep.
Scarecrow. These are I don't know anymore. There's so many of them.
Yep. How about Flames for Flames?
Flames for Flames.
Crack Finger.
Crack Finger. Yes, I didn't remember that one, but now I remember it.
I love Department of Obscurity.
Department of
That's fantastic. It's okay. Foreskin spelled with the
Foreskin,
number
yes.
4.
And then they did 5 Skin. They
They
had 5
did.
Skin and 4 Skin. Okay, 5 Skin. I got that one.
You did. Good job.
Yay! So I got like 4.
You did. Good job. Hey, I got 0, so 3 Skin. 3 Skin, 4 Skin, 5 Skin. Angel Sack?
Angel Sack, yep.
Angel Sack?
Yeah.
Wow.
There were so many, but
Nothing rhymes with orange.
everything rhymes with orange.
Baby in a Straitjacket is probably my personal favorite.
Alright, so that
That's
was an
wonderful.
epic fail. I thought I was
No,
going to
you
get
did good.
way more
You did
than
way
that.
more than I do. That's for sure. He has quite the mind, that Andy Dwyer.
He really does, which kind of a beautiful segue into, I think, the Binge Chicks' favorite episode of Parks and Rec, which is flu season.
Yeah.
And really it's mine, and I kind of just forced Kelsey to share my
I might
opinion.
have one.
I might
have one. I think I do, but continue.
All right, so
Go.
my favorite, my being Erin, favorite episode of Parks and Recreation is flu season, which is when everyone has the flu, obviously. And Leslie is supposed to be pitching the Harvest Festival to the town council and the city, like the business owners and the Chamber of Commerce. And because they need enough businesses to sign up in order for the town to approve it, city to approve it. So Leslie ends up with the flu, and she's completely out of it, and Ben has to run her kind of press conference, her pitch, and she doesn't trust him, and so she ends up in the hospital. This episode literally has all of my favorite quotes from the show.
Yeah.
There are other quotes that I love, but because everyone's sick, it just wraps everything up for me.
They're all completely delusional.
They're complete. Like Leslie comes off of it. So Leslie, the best part is that she's sick. She's loopy. She tells Ben, the floor and the wall just switched. Walk very carefully, as she's like feeling along the wall. So he's panicking that she's gonna get up there and just be a complete buffoon.
That's right.
And she gets up there and is remarkable. She turns it on. She just flips the switch.
Fully rocks it.
And then after she's done, he comes up to the stage and she pats him on the shoulder and she's like, all right, ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Scott Bakula from Quantum Leap.
My question is, why is half of your face so swirly? What did she say, swirly? To one of the guys, someone stands up in the audience and tries to ask a serious question, and she has nothing to say except that. Because she's just completely flu-ridden.
On drugs.
It's awesome.
And then walks off the stage and says to Tom, was I wearing a tiara when I came in here? Because if you happen upon it, would you have Lady Pennyface retrieve it and send it post-tense? And it just, like, wraps up Amy Poehler in such an awesome way.
Right.
I actually wrote in my notebook my favorite quotes. My other one is to Ben, who is played by Adam Scott. Google him or something.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about your opening remarks. Do you want me to write you a rap? I'll write you a rap. No, you know what? You'll never be able to pull it off. You're too white. How about a show tune or something?
Yes. Oh my God.
Which is so awesome. Much. But the reason I brought up Andy Pratt...
Ooh, that was a combo.
Andy Dwyer, played by Chris Pratt.
That's right.
Is a super widely known fun fact of Parks and Rec that I think everyone loves is that the creator, Michael Schur, his favorite line from the show, the entire show, was when Chris Pratt, and I actually said this in the last podcast, I actually mentioned it.
Yeah.
Is when Leslie's walking out to go to the hospital and Chris Pratt improvised and said, Leslie, I typed your symptoms into the thing up here and it says that you could have network connectivity problems. And at a thing, like a convention, I think, Michael Schur
Michael Schur
said that as a writer, it's so infuriating that his favorite line was improvised.
Yeah.
And I just think that's so cool.
Yeah.
So that's my favorite episode.
I love that.
What's yours?
That's a great. So, episode... Scene? Can I do?
Yeah, you can do scene. There's
so,
no rules here.
Overall, one of my personal favorite parts of this entire show is that Leslie Knope is amazing at giving gifts.
Oh, yes.
So, like, we both kind of pride ourselves in, like, awesome give the person a gift that speaks to them and, like, makes them go, oh my God, you get me. Like,
you got me the Parks and Rec book written by Leslie Knope.
Yeah, and you just got me a sick journal and a Dwight quote on a pillow. What is it? The Dwight, you ignorant slut.
Yeah, Michael Scott.
One of my favorite scenes in The Office. But anyway, return to Parks and Rec. So yeah, the scene in the one where Leslie and Ben and Ron and Andy, I believe, all go to London. Mm-hmm. And she gives Ron...
Oh my God.
His gift.
Yes.
It hits
his
me
wedding gift.
Every time it's his wedding gift. Okay, not a birthday gift. I bawl my eyes out every single time I watch it.
I absolutely agree. I cry every time I see that scene.
She basically sends him on like a scavenger hunt, sort of.
Which he loves. We learn early in the show that Ron loves scavenger hunts.
Right.
So she gives him the notebook.
Right.
With train tickets. And he ends up at his favorite place.
Oh, Lagavulin.
The Lagavulin
Distillery.
And then in the finale, he takes Ben's advice to invest some of his money, and he becomes the primary shareholder, primary owner of the Lagavulin distillery.
Well, because he got to go there that day, and he sat on the hill.
And he read the quote.
And he read the poem.
Oh my god, the poem
just punches you right in the gut.
Oh my god.
Yeah, so I suggest finding that one if you have watched it already or not.
Just watching that
great scene
will make you love the show.
Oh my god.
And it shows how deeply she gets everyone.
Yeah.
The other best Ron Swanson scene is the first birthday they show. She tricks him into thinking she's throwing this huge party. He hates people. He's like a cat.
Right.
And she tricks him and ends up bringing him to this room, and he's completely lost his mind. He's like taking his clothes off. His hair is a mess. And she has a steak from Mulligan's Steakhouse, which is his favorite. Is it Mulligan's? Yeah.
So, yeah.
And Lagavulin Scotch Neat.
Yeah.
And his... What 2 movies? Do you know the 2 movies?
No, they're
it's
old.
The Dirty Dozen.
The Dirty Dozen.
And Bridge on the River Kwai.
Oh my god, that's right. Black and white shoot 'em up movies.
And a security guard at the door to make sure that nobody bothers him.
So perfect for him.
For anyone that doesn't know me, fun fact about Aaron, I don't know my multiplication tables. My parents are going to love that I'm telling people that. Years of tutoring, guys, really paid off.
I still don't do math.
Still can't do my multiplication tables through 12. I was the only kid in the 4th grade that didn't get their multiplication license. But I remember weird random facts like the 2 movies that Ron Swanson watched in the second season of Parks and Recreation.
That's right. These are the things that matters in life, parents.
I mean, what am I using now?
Right. Not that.
Not my times
Not
tables.
multiplication tables, that's for sure.
I would agree. I think that trip that she sends Ron on every time makes me cry.
Good. Me too.
And it made Nick Offerman, this is a fun fact that I didn't plan.
Yeah.
It made him cry a lot too.
Yeah, I bet.
It was an emotional scene.
I'm sure.
Let's see, what other fun... Oh, we did that. I mean, if you're talking about that trip to London, that whole storyline, I know, I read online that a lot of fans don't like that storyline, which cracks me up because it's some of the best. Like when Chris...
So
I was going to say Chris Dwyer. Why do I keep doing this? When Andy is trying to get to his new job.
Yep.
And he ends up at Stonehenge and he's like, I don't recognize any of this.
That's right. Yeah.
And Aubrey Plaza, who is April, his wife, is back at home.
Yep.
And totally missing him.
Yep.
I was trying to make that like a neat segue and it didn't. It was kind of random.
It didn't segue.
It didn't segue at all. Mm-hmm. But Aubrey Plaza worked for NBC as a page and used to make up random facts when she led studio tours.
Oh.
Which last week we talked about the fact that April was written for Aubrey Plaza.
Right.
And it makes, the more you read about her, it makes so much sense because that's literally something April does on the show.
Yep.
But yeah, she would take people on studio tours and she would make up facts and she would like point to random things and like just totally make it up.
That's so her.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
Trivia question. I need like a little buzzer.
Or like some sort of...
Yeah, that was the Nickelodeon theme song.
I think it was a combo of that and like Mission Impossible.
Yeah, it had a little of both.
Like the Amanda show too.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, totally
Amanda show.
I love that show.
Anyway.
Why did season 7 have a time jump? There's season 7 on the show. It jumps from, basically Leslie finds out that she's pregnant, and then it jumps to the kids are like older.
So my guess.
In her parks, she's now running a division of the National Park Service.
Right.
In Pawnee. That was the whole season 6 she fought. I think, season 6 she fought to have it stay in Pawnee instead of moving to Chicago.
Okay.
She met Michelle Obama. So.
I mean, I would say it's just like the end, and they're trying to close up loose ties.
There was a big reason.
There's a big reason?
There's a big reason.
Oh, fascinating. I need to know this.
In that, the seasons prior, Amy Poehler had her 2 kids and was so just done with little kids. Not done.
My.
Not that she was, but she didn't want to work with children or babies.
Right.
She was around it so much at home.
Yeah.
So she told them we need a time jump so that they're kids.
Right.
And I feel like more shows could stand to do that.
Yep. Yeah. And she's just being honest, man.
She is.
I wouldn't, I don't know how she does any of it.
I know.
It's fascinating.
Yeah.
Good for her.
If anybody wants to check out what any of these wonderful people are doing now, Nick Offerman and Amy Poehler have a TV show called Craft It?
Make it?
Make it.
Make it?
Make it.
I think it's make it.
Make it. We're going to Google that right now.
Making it.
Amy Poehler.
Yep.
Making it. That's what it is.
Making it.
It's making it.
Yeah.
So, this isn't working. Okay.
Yeah, anyway.
It's making it. You're right. Let's see. Obviously, everyone knows what Chris Pratt is doing. He's Star-Lord from Guardians of the Galaxy.
If you
If you don't know, you should probably crawl under a rock and never listen to our podcast again.
Wow. Or you could go on Netflix or something and watch the movies because they're very good.
Jurassic Park.
Guardians of the Galaxy.
They predicted,
Yeah.
which, who knows, he probably already knew he was doing them, but they predicted Jurassic Park and Guardians of the Galaxy on the Student Council episode, the Model UN episode of Parks and Recreation,
right.
where Andy trades all of his armies for velociraptors.
Yes.
And she's like, but armies are really good, and he said, yeah, but so are velociraptors.
They're not dinosaurs.
And she then says something about the galaxy, and he's like, I think velociraptors can protect the galaxy.
Hey.
Like, there's a whole scene.
Wow.
So that was pretty cool. I always liked that. So you can check out pretty much everyone on that show is still doing stuff.
Yeah. Aubrey was just the mom and Chucky.
Yes.
April.
That's right.
April on the show.
So.
And we have Aziz Ansari who has a show on Netflix, and I love it. I forget what it's called right now.
Man with
the Plan.
That's a different show. Isn't that Joey from Friends? No.
I don't know. Where are you going?
I don't know. I'm all over the place. I'm all over the place.
Anyway.
I didn't write any of this in my notebook, so I don't know.
I know. We're just flying.
All right. Our last little fun game for this episode is on Parks and Recreation. They assign everybody in the office a dog while Leslie is working on the city council.
Right.
And so she doesn't get a dog and feels left out. So she reassigns everyone a llama. And there are only like 3 kinds of llama. So they're all the same llama. But our little activity, and I kind of sprung this on Kelsey right when she got here, but is what would we assign each other?
Right.
So I would say Kelsey's an Australian Shepherd, which I didn't know was your favorite dog.
I love Australian Shepherds. They're nuts, but I love them.
So I wrote down my reasons why.
Boom.
1, they're always on the go.
Okay.
2, they're independent and adventurous, but can also travel in a pack, but like to do things their own way.
Love it.
So they tend to like to lead the pack or have the pack follow what they're doing.
Yep.
3, they're extremely intelligent and they're always one step ahead of you. So they say if you have an Australian Shepherd, and hey, tune in, let us know if you have an Australian Shepherd, if this is true.
Right.
But you have to be careful because they're always like ready for what you're going to do next.
Oh my God, is
4,
that accurate?
They're very quick learners and they pick up on things really fast.
Yep.
5, they're friendly but sometimes standoffish with strangers because they're very protective of family.
Amen.
And they love fun.
Yeah.
They love to hang out and play and be around other dogs.
Despite all those issues with humans and other people.
They love fun.
Do like having fun.
They do.
How strange.
But it was mostly like the independent and adventurous stuff that
yeah.
made me think
Oh my
of
God.
you.
They're
Extremely
odd and complex, and I love that.
Intelligent and the protective thing.
Yeah. Oh, that's so true.
Yeah.
All right. So what I had to do was basically make Erin take a BuzzFeed quiz because I want to do so much research on this, and I couldn't because I had no time. So what I did was I had her take, it's basically a Myers-Briggs personality test that attributes your personality to an animal, and hers is pretty freaking spot on. So we're both INFJs, which that's pretty cool.
Infjus?
Yeah, we're infjus. Absolutely. So she ended up being a wolf, which is so accurate because I don't think you're a dog because they're like, sorry, buddy. They're like derpy. They're like kind of like, meh.
They're dogs.
Right.
But now, can I just say, now I don't feel like you're a dog. Like, I had pre-planned this. And I wrote it down.
But that's super accurate.
Yeah.
That what you wrote.
But also I can think of like a million other animals that I need to research.
Yeah. I see. We'll do this for like 2 weeks now.
This is now a podcast about spirit animals.
Switching over. Spirit animal chicks. So we ended up making her a wolf, and so it ends up saying, wolves are value-driven individuals who tend to remain mysterious and complex even after you've become close to one. They are often creative and inspired individuals. You make things. You are very creative. They are good at perceiving emotions and are sensitive to the feelings of others, but they are not very prone to revealing much of themselves until they trust someone completely.
Very much me.
That's super accurate because, like, you were not a good person when I met you. I was like, there's no way I'm gonna like her. I'm like, there's just no way we're ever gonna.
That was everyone at work was like, we worked together. For anyone that doesn't know, we worked at a shoe store together, and literally everyone that worked there was like, oh, you two aren't gonna get along at
never.
all. Right. And who still talks?
Legit. Yeah. What was that, like 2011? Shoot.
I tried to do the math. I think it's been like 8 years, which is crazy.
Who has friends that long?
I know. I have like 2 other friends. But literally, you were like the friend that I talked to all day, every day. Yeah. It's not just like, hey, what's up? It's all day.
Oh my God. People might think we're sick if they knew how much we actually divulged to each other every single 2 seconds of the day.
Literally.
It's normal for us.
For us, it's normal.
It works.
And I think it makes like Mike, my husband, happy because he hates texting.
Yeah.
So he'll literally be like, if there's a day where we don't, like Kelsey and I just randomly don't talk, he'll be like, you need to text Kelsey.
Yeah.
I can't handle
We have
talking.
spinny brains. We have brains that go in like 50 million directions.
Absolutely. All at once. Like right now where we're talking.
Hi, how are you? Were we talking about a show at some point? Maybe. So yeah, that's that.
All in all, Parks and Rec, I think, is one of the greatest TV shows of all time. It's in my top. I mean, there's a reason we picked it as our first one to cover.
Right.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
And it's empowering in a weird way. I feel like we said this last week, but it leaves you wanting to be like the best person you can be.
Totally. And anyone, I think we said that before, anyone can find themselves in a character.
Absolutely.
Which is huge.
Which is kind of funny because, not to keep going on this, but Tom at the end of the show, he writes a book.
Right.
And you take the quiz and you learn more about yourself, and
see if you end up.
Everyone in the book, the categories are the people he worked with in the parks department.
Yeah.
And so it's so true. You can find yourself in all of them.
Yeah.
I think they knew that on the show.
So true. Yeah.
So,
we're wrapping it up, I think.
I think so. Next week we're going to dive into a different show. You don't have to hear us talk about Parks and Rec anymore. I'll probably still say fun fact every 3 seconds.
Fun fact.
Although I do think I said literally a lot less.
Oh, good job.
I was really trying.
Jolly good. That's fantastic.
I said literally a lot last time. So
literally so many times.
And I think, so next week we're going to jump into Gossip Girl.
Yeah.
Which is kind of changing the tune a little bit. Gossip Girl, if you would like to start watching, is on Netflix. It's a CW show following the super elite teenagers in the Upper East Side of Manhattan.
Yeah, lots of drama.
Lots to talk about, and it'll be good.
Great characters, too.
Good show to catch up on this week if you're looking for something to watch. The CW just confirmed Batwoman and Nancy Drew for full seasons.
Awesome.
And both are really good, so I'd love to hear people's opinions and thoughts on that. So check them out. And I think adults, teens, young adults will love both shows. So... yeah.
Absolutely.
Woohoo.
Here we are.
Yeah. So, have a good week.
Yep. Until next time.
Binge on.
Binge on.
Oh.